around greater Wichita and south central Kansas are not the peak gusts we're going to have overnight tonight. We're gusting to 25 at Eisenhower. Notice still got a few gusts close to 40 miles per hour. We had 40 plus in western Kansas early. So what we're going to have early this evening is a slight reduction in wind. Peak gusts, about 30 once we get past sunset. But then watch what happens once we get past about 2 in the morning. We really start picking up the wind gusts from along I-135 and off to the east. So here on the middle of the night, peak wind gust 50 plus in El Dorado and Eureka. And tomorrow morning, even Wichita will see wind gusts between 40 and 50. So winds tomorrow morning for Wichita will be much stronger than what we had this morning. Now notice there are a few little spotty showers out here. Now, these will dissipate really quickly once we hit sunset. So between now and sunset, there is a chance of a little brief shower, and then this is all going to go away really quickly, and we're going to be talking about the wind. We've cleared out quite nicely. We're at 56 degrees. The winds are gusting to 35 miles per hour. And in Goodland, the winds are still gusting to 37 miles per hour. Look how we've completely cleared out across the northwest. So we're going to stay in the 50s, not a big temperature drop. 10 o'clock, 50 degrees, the winds northeast gusting to 30. Remember, winds get higher overnight tonight. We'll talk about some wind chills for western Kansas tomorrow morning coming up, Chris. Listen how it's already in the record books. We're just dealing with strong winds. We're gusting to 35 now at Eisenhower. Early in the evening, we're going to back off the winds a little bit, but they'll be picking back up after midnight tonight. Let's go back to lunch. Here we are, Webb and 13th, the Commerce Bank Building. It's overcast, still some occasional showers. And then finally, we start breaking through the cloud cover and things clear out really nicely. Now, there's still a chance we could bring a little bit of cloud cover and maybe even a sprinkle between now and sunset, and then that's going to dissipate. We're at 56 degrees. The wind's only gusting to 17 right now. This will be picking back up. Let's go over to the ballpark. Look at that. Mostly sunshine. It's 56. The wind's gusting to 20 miles per hour in Hutch. Okay, you can see the little spotty showers. I'm going to show you on the radar here coming up in a second. Once we lose the sun, those little spotty brief showers are going to start to dissipate. Right now it's 54. The winds are gusting to 24 miles per hour in Hutch. We get over to Salina again. See these little spotty showers off the distance here. There's a lot more mist than hit going on. We're at 57. And as we head west, it's mostly clear sky in Garden City. The winds are still gusting to 29 miles per hour. And in Goodland, you can still see a little bit of the shake of the camera there. The winds are gusting to 37, and it's already down to 47 degrees. So here are the spotty showers that you saw from Hutch, that you saw from Salina. And again, driven partially by the heat provided by the sun. So as soon as we get past sunset, those are going to go away. Western Kansas, the air is so dry, those showers may not even be hitting the ground. We're already 40s northwest. Compared to, look at that, 49 already in Pratt, 55 El Dorado, 51 in Eureka. See how dry the air is with dew points in the teens? That's why that's probably evaporating before it hits the ground. The showers around south central Kansas, though, that's probably reaching the surface, but those are going to dissipate really quickly. So let's push the view back. That's the heaviest, steadiest rain. It's already gone. We're dealing with the spotty showers. The front's coming through, the colder air's flowing in. It's 67 in DFW, but then you get down to 41 in Alliance. Overnight, we're going to clear things out. Low pressure gets deepened. It tightens off to the east. That brings cloud cover back. So tomorrow morning, basically Salina down through Wichita and off to the east, starting off with some cloud cover, maybe a sprinkle or two, but as we get to the afternoon, we get back into the sunshine. Whereas central and western Kansas, it's just going to be sunny all day long tomorrow. Even through Thursday, we got plenty of sunshine. So winds, we talk about how they back off early tonight. Even by 10 o'clock, we're probably gusting to 30. But starting 1 in the morning, look at this really start to increase. We're going to see wind gusts up to around 50 miles per hour, including Wichita, to start the morning commute. It will be windier tomorrow. So you think about rolling your trash cans out tonight for morning pickup tomorrow. Not really a wise thing to do. The good news is late tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening, we're finally going to get those winds to settle down everywhere. Temperatures by 10 o'clock, we're in the 40s. It's 30s across much of the west. Tomorrow morning, 20s across western Kansas. We're dropping into the 40s. Highs are going to be in the 50s, but then let's roll it forward and get into Thursday morning. Still a few 20s across central and western Kansas. Not as many as there will be tomorrow morning, but it'll be colder in Wichita. We're going to be well down into the mid, maybe even the lower 30s before we get a little bit of a bump in temperature coming up on Thursday. Tomorrow morning, this is wind chill, 7 a.m. Yep, chills in the teens. Western Kansas, wind chills into the 30s. before we start to warm things up. So for the rest of the night tonight, we'll call it partly cloudy. The chance of a brief shower is pretty much over after sunset. We chill down to 42. Now the wind gusts are going to kick up after midnight between 40 and 50 miles per hour. We're going to have 40 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts to start the day, maybe some cloud cover, but a lot of sunshine. 54 is the high. The good news, in the afternoon, the wind gusts come down. 34 overnight, tomorrow night. Lows are going to hit the 30s every night until Sunday night. Just a reminder, Sunday 2 a.m., daylight saving time comes to an end. Fall back 1 hour. We get a bonus hour of sleep. North central Kansas, cloud cover is going to move out. Wind gusts 40 plus, 36 Hays, 41 Salina. Any morning cloud cover would be like Salina and off towards the east. Hays, Russell, Great Bend, nothing but sunshine tomorrow. Wind gusts for Salina and Abilene east could peak 40 to 45 in the morning, and then that's going to tail off. Freezing tomorrow night, lows in the 30s until we get to Sunday night, and then the highs coming back into the mid-60s starting on Sunday, and that's seasonally typical. And for western Kansas, we're just going to clear things out. Wind chills 15 to 25 northwest Kansas tonight. We're going to be sub-freezing until you get Dodge and off to the east. And then tomorrow it's sunshine. Wind gusts to 30 early, and then this starts kind of slowing down after lunch. Highs will only be in the 50s. Now for southwest Kansas, Thursday after sub-freezing night in the 20s, it's 60 degrees. Going to be near freezing Thursday, Friday, still 30s overnight Saturday night. Look at that, 70 on Sunday, head of the next front and the return to mid-60s. And for northwest Kansas, you got 58 on Thursday. You got 20s overnight Thursday night, 20s again Friday night, and then 70s on Sunday before temperatures pull back into the 60s again, Chris. Overnight tonight for Wichita, sub-freezing temperatures will be the big thing across western Kansas. Here we are now, winds gusting to 35 at Eisenhower. The winds will ease slightly until after midnight, and then they pick right back up overnight tonight. If you're one of those that, get the trash can out overnight tonight for the early morning pickup tomorrow, I would really rethink that unless, you want to keep the trash can. Let's go back to lunch today. Here we are, Webb and 13th. It's overcast, some occasional rain, and then finally we break into the sunshine. Now, with any cloud cover, there's a couple little sprinkles trying to fall, but as we hit sunset, that's going to dissipate really quickly. The sky's going to continue to clear out. We're at 54 degrees. The winds are only gusting to 14 miles per hour now. Even at the ballpark at Delano, 55 winds gusting to 12. They will pick back up later tonight. Here we are, Main Street. Again, little showers, see the little tails falling there. It's evaporating before it gets to the ground. 54 degrees currently. Even in Salina, mostly clear with 55. The winds only gusting to 17. Now, as you head west, the winds are still kicking up higher. The gusting to 31 at Garden City atop the Co-op. It's 50 degrees. And let's go over to Frontier Ag. Look at that. The sun just getting on the horizon. Currently, it's 47 with the winds gusting to 37 miles per hour. So they're the little patchy sprinkles around here. One or two would be brief, and then they're going to dissipate really quickly. And once they do, we're going to be done with that for the rest of the night tonight. Here are your current temperatures. A lot of 50s, but notice the 40s are back across western Kansas, including 47 in Goodland and 46 in Colby. And the air is drier coming in here, too. Teens and 20s compared to dew points in the 30s. That's why the showers you see on the radar in South Central, one or two of those may actually hit the ground. Out west, this is all, trust me, evaporating long before it gets down to the surface. Pretty easy to see the storm system sweeping through. Now, what's happening? Area low pressure is redeveloping over central Missouri. And that, as it gets stronger, is why the winds are going to kick up higher overnight tonight. Notice you cool down, you head north. It's 41 right now in Alliance. Let's talk about what's happening tonight. As the low pressure develops over central Missouri, it is going to try to bring some clouds back later on overnight tonight, basically Salina, down through Wichita and off to the east. And that gets stronger. That's why the winds will be picking up overnight tonight and starting tomorrow. And then tomorrow afternoon, not only will we get back at a lot of sunshine, the winds finally start to ease. So let's talk about the winds. 10 o'clock tonight, maybe we're gusting to 30. But after midnight, watch how quickly things pick up. We're going to see wind gusts at least to 50. Even for the morning commute tomorrow. Western Kansas, you're not going to be dealing with that. Stronger winds tomorrow than what we had today. And then we hit lunch, we're still gusting 40 to 50. And then after lunch, finally, we start backing things off. And after sunset tomorrow night, the winds become much lighter. How does that impact temperatures? Tomorrow morning, yes, 20s. Western Kansas will be down into the lower 40s. And then tomorrow afternoon, only warming into the 50s with sunshine. Now for Wichita, without the cloud cover on Thursday morning, it'll be a colder start as we drop into the 30s. Some places like Hutch, Ferguson could get down close to freezing on Thursday morning before we start to rebound really nicely. Wind chills tomorrow morning. Western Kansas will be in the teens at 7 o'clock. We're going to have wind chills in the 30s. Yep, the wind chill map is back. 42 is going to be the low. Wind gusts 40 to 50 overnight tonight. Not quite as bad in Pratt, but as you get east, you head Wichita over to El Dorado. That's when you have the 40 to 50 mile per hour wind gust. Tomorrow, Wichita and east, 40 to 50 to start the day. Pratt, Medicine Lodge, peak gust 30 to 40. And then after lunch, everything starts backing off a bit. Down into the 30s tomorrow night, and lows will hit the 30s every night until Sunday night. Just a reminder, Sunday 2 a.m. daylight saving time comes to an end. Fall back 1 hour, get the bonus hour of sleep. Across north central Kansas, clear. Hayes, Russell, and Great Bend. Could see some clouds come back for Salina and Abilene off to the east. Wind gusts after midnight, Salina and east gusting to 40. Could see 40 to 45 mile per hour gusts to start the day. Salina, Abilene over towards Minneapolis. But Hayes, Russell, Great Bend, gust maybe 25 to 35 early, and then that settles down after lunch. And then looking ahead, freezing overnight tomorrow night. Lows in the 40s every night until Sunday night. The highs do come back into the mid 60s on Sunday. And for western Kansas, we're going to clear things out. Still going to be a little breezy. Southwest Kansas, few gusts 20 to 30. We're going to see 20s. Northwest, even far southwest Kansas. Elsewhere, it's going to be 30s. Tomorrow, the gust to 30 first half of the day and then easing. Not going to be as windy northwest Kansas, but highs with the sunshine only be in the 50s. And then looking ahead, 20s overnight tomorrow night across the southwest. Still 30s for lows until Saturday night. You warm up to 70 on Sunday. Here comes the next front, knocks it back into the mid 60s. Same thing across northwest Kansas too. You got sub-freezing overnight tomorrow night, 20s Thursday night, Friday night, and then 30s, even with a high of 73 on Sunday. We're still going to be in the 30s and highs close to 60 on Monday, Chris.